waiting for Carol Ann because there's been a tree in the studio for a day now, and so now we get to learn about the tree. It is time for In the Garden with Carol Ann. Carol Ann Baldwin is here to answer your questions, and like I say, the one big project that looks like it looks like it's something different anyway. First time we've ever had a tree in the studio. Good morning, Carol Ann.
Good morning, Larry. How are you?
Oh, last week, by the way, we missed you.
Yeah, and I was supposed to have a substitute.
Yeah, he didn't show up.
I guess he forgot.
He forgot.
Oops.
So it was you.
It was me all over again.
But here's the funny thing. We actually gave away a gift certificate last week to Bob Wines.
Oh, well, hey, that worked because it was enough time.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that works.
So, okay, let me make sure you send. Robin is going to help out with moving the camera around because you're going to be working not at the table.
Well, it's little something. Kathy Snyder, who is a longtime listener, friend with WOCA, and
I like the way the tree looks in the picture. It looks nice.
It's a neat tree. She received this tree. It's a Cleveland pear, which is one of the flowering pears, as a gift. It is as in memory for her father.
Wow, that's sweet.
And of course, and she got the tree, and it came from a reputable nursery. But it's one of those things that we all we take it for granted. Everybody plants things and transplants things at the right time to keep roots from encircling and things like that. I'm not going to do any of the root pruning here today, but I will show you what some of that looks like. And you can't always see it when the plant is in the pot.
Right,
you can't see it necessarily from the top. If you can, that's the one to completely avoid if you're actually seeing the roots are starting to go around from the top.
Right.
These ones are from the bottom, and so many of us We'll say again.
Well, I was just saying, what is the complaint about the tree itself?
The tree itself, the thing is that when it was taken out of the pot, getting ready to plant it, the roots were encircled at the bottom. And
meaning,
when the roots,
is that why there's no leaves on it?
No. That's just because it's a deciduous tree, loses its leaves in the wintertime. As you notice, they're starting to bud out. It's getting ready to leaf out.
Okay.
But with the roots going around, if you planted it just the way it was, 5 years from now, when the tree is not really growing or hasn't grown much, failing to thrive, not doing what you want it to do, and you stick a shovel in underneath it and you lift it up, it's going to come back out of that ground looking just about the same way it did going
Which
in.
is the mistake I made with that, whatever it was I had. Camellia?
Was it the camellia?
Yeah.
And sometimes on something small like a shrub, or if it's not real bad, you can just take a screwdriver from the top of the soil line and work it down. You can just loosen some of those roots out and it'll be fine. This one, it feels like those roots are pretty well, they're encircled a little bit. I'll get some pictures of them to add. Which is
why Kathy wants an expert.
Wanted somebody, and she and I went back and forth and went, yeah, okay, I'll I've seen it done enough, and I've confident
you feel like
enough
you have somebody,
that I have
is it like having a life in your hands now?
It is, because it belongs to someone else. And I mean, the shape of this tree, other than the roots going around, it looks good. I mean,
would that get as big as an actual pear tree, a fruit bearing?
Oh, these are pretty big trees.
Because that's what I used to climb in when I was a kid. My brothers and sisters.
But you weren't a partridge.
Yeah, we had two big pear trees in the backyard in New York, and we'd climb in those trees and bomb people with pears. And
These are like the Cleveland pears, like the Bradford pear, where they're a flowering pear. They'll flower in the spring, real pretty. You see and I'm not sure if they're the Cleveland or the Bradford, at the Easy Street parking lot in there. The Walgreens out on 40. They're at 8th. They're in a few different locations. They do get some fall interest color on the foliage, and then again, if our winter is cool enough, if we have enough of that dormancy, and it could be that the Cleveland blooms a little easier than the Bradford did on those temperatures. And so it was just, she asked, and she said, she thought it would be a good idea to be able to show folks what this might look like and what you might be doing.
So every week we always have a camera on you, and every week we let the listeners know they could watch this show as well as listen to it. Today I would encourage you, if you want to see what Carol Ann is doing, if you can get to a computer, go to WOCA.com and click on the Ustream feed. Where are you? There you are. Now I see it.
There I am.
There you are. Well, I'm watching you now. Okay.
Okay.
So if you want to do that, you'll be able to see what Carol Ann is doing when
Right.
she's whatever you're doing. You going to put a screwdriver in the dirt? That's
No,
what you're doing.
actually today I'm not going to do a whole lot. I'm going to kind of show you what the roots are because I don't want to, it's something I really need to lay down on something and take a little extra time than what I think I could do
Okay.
properly here. And I don't wish to, I don't want to do any harm to her tree. I want it to, be something that she'll be.
Sure, of course.
That's.
Yeah. All right.
I don't want to kill your tree,
So we're
Candy,
gonna start
so we're
now?
Gonna do. So yeah, let me go.
Robin's going to have a microphone
Right.
and a camera by you. So Robin's got the camera.
Right, and I won't be able to hear anything.
Oh, that's right. If somebody calls, you won't be able to hear. But
That's all right.
but I might be able to turn it up. I'm not so sure.
Oh, we'll see.
I can do that. So what happens? Okay, the camera. Okay,
That's as far as it goes.
That's as far as it's going to go.
that's as far as the microphone goes.
Yeah.
Right.
But the camera.
When I took it out of the pot, you can't really see.
You've got
Too much.
The microphone's got to be by her. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Can't see too much from the top. There is one little root that's going across that's going to aim it down. But when you pull it out, you see that's quite a root ball that has totally filled that pot. And down here at the bottom is where those roots are circling. And you wouldn't be able to take and just break that open with a screwdriver. There's a big root right there that's just has gone around and around inside of that pot. And that's what I'm going to work on at home because I don't want to, do it. And even up here, up at the top, they went across, that root came out here and turned. It hit the side of the pot immediately, and it turned and went around.
All right.
And that's what they will do. And so when you've got a big tree like this in a small, say a 3-gallon pot there,
Right.
it's that really should have been transplanted probably a couple years ago.
So that's causing it to do what?
That's going to cause it eventually to die. I mean, it would if you planted that in the ground as it is, like I said, 5 years from now, this tree who's
Mike.
7 feet high now, or 6 foot probably, with an 1.5-inch caliper trunk, isn't going to do a whole lot more. But begin to decline because the roots are just in a circle. They're not going to go out. Like when I talk about amending the area, not just the hole in the ground.
Right.
When we're planting a tree, is because if that's planted right, those roots are going to go out there and fill that entire area, not just where you threw a couple shovels full of black cow in the bottom of the hole and filled it back up.
So this is something that requires a little more.
Takes a little more attention to it,
Good,
and
Robin.
that will. I'll get some still pictures. I'll see whether or not I can get my husband to operate my phone, and we'll get a little more at home on pruning those roots, because that's a little bit bigger job than what I want to try to tackle here on the air.
All right. Well, if you were watching that was, I mean, you did a good job of showing it, and Robin, you got the shots perfectly. We could hear Carol Ann good. All right, we'll take a little break, and we'll be right back. If you have any questions for Carol Ann during the course of the show, don't hesitate. Call in. The number is 622-9622. Remember, Carol Ann's show is a full hour, so we've got another 45 minutes, plenty of time to get your questions in. We love the discussions you have on the air about gardening. It's one of my highlights of my week. I would really rather talk about this than politics. We'll be right back.
Weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. It'll be sunny and pleasant on this Tuesday with a high of 77 on the coast, 83 inland. Clear Tuesday night, lows in the mid-50s and a few inland spots, mid-60s at the coast. Partly sunny Wednesday, high 76 to 80. Thursday, morning cloud and a shower, then some sunshine. Breezy and warm, the afternoon high 79 at the coast, 85 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, this is Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin, the host of In the Garden with Carol Ann. Let me tell you what I use to get away from fertilizing the old-fashioned way. I use Dynamite Premium Plant Food for my flowers and veggies. With its easy, earth-friendly, patented coating, there's no risk of over-fertilizing. Dynamite Premium Plant Food releases food for 6 months, so there are no highs or lows during the growing season. Dynamite Premium Plant Food contains nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. and micronutrients like copper, magnesium, iron, and zinc. This gives my plants explosions of bloom for both flowers and veggies. When I use Dynamite Premium Plant Food, I only have to use it once every 6 months and not worry about the nutrients washing out with heavy rains or irrigation. To learn more about the Dynamite family of products, go to dynamiteplantfood.com. Dynamite Premium Plant Food is so easy to use that you'll spend less time working in your garden and more time enjoying it.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
The ambient blue light from street lamps is bad for your sleep as using a smartphone or tablet before bed. It means a judge could end up deciding to split all of your property 50-50 even if you were the one who actually paid for everything. That's why he says all unmarried couples should have a cohabitation contract. A woman who dangles her handbag from the crook of her arm, for example, is seen as confident, self-assured.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Stay informed on everything going on in the villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Need a mailbox rental but need more information? Remember Personal Service Center, 789-6683. How does $10 a month sound with just a 3-month commitment? Remember Personal Service Center, 789-6683. Mention WOCA and the setup fee is waived. Personal Service Center will email or text notifications to you when your packages arrive. Even scan mail so you never actually have to pick it up. Now that's service. Personal Service Center, 789-6683. Located on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street, Ocala. Look for the yellow signs.
All right, 18 minutes after 9 o'clock, Carol Baldwin is here in the garden with Carol Ann. And Carol Ann, you've got a phone call waiting for you. Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Yeah, Carolyn, I was looking on, I think, the internet last week, and they had healthy vegetables to eat. And they had one, it looks like a spinach leaf.
Okay.
And it's called sorrel leaf, Sorrel.
Okay.
Yeah, have you ever heard of that, or any of the where you work? They sell that?
I don't think I've ever seen it for sale. It's kind of an herby type green. I don't know if you might find seed in the stores for it. I would probably be looking online though. I think that's a little more of a specialty. You might find it within the herb section in some of the seeds. I don't think I've ever seen it, but I haven't seen it started as a plant that say Bonnie Farms has started.
Right.
Yeah. Not one I've grown.
Okay. It just said that it was like so many times more potent than spinach or kale.
With any of that, unless you are consuming such quantity of those, it's just part of a healthy diet.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So and with any of your darker leafy greens, if you are on a potassium restricted diet, check and make sure that you're not consuming too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It.
Yep, you're welcome.
Hey, good stuff.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, and some of these healthy eating kind of things where they start to push one particular vegetable over another, and your best thing is to have a variety. I think I've heard the phrase "eat a rainbow of colors."
That's right. I've
so
heard that too.
you want your reds, you want your dark greens, your yellow, your yellow squash, your green zucchini, your purple plant, your red tomatoes. Eat quite the variety. Orange carrots, and carrots. If you're growing your own, you can get carrots in all different colors. Carrots were not originally orange. They were eventually bred to be
Really?
orange. They really kind of a brown color. And I
Really?
think that's where some of the purples and reds are actually part of the older varieties of carrots, but we all like that orange. And of course, it's good for you because it's got the beta carotene in it, so it is good for you. And
When I was grocery shopping, a lady let me cut ahead of her because I only had a few things, and she had a
Right.
whole basket, and she had this gigantic bag of carrots. And I said, "You must have a horse," and she said, "Oh yeah, I rescue horses." So
oh, okay. So
guess
she
horses
had the
and
big,
carrots go together,
Yeah,
huh?
they like carrots as a little bit of a treat. And if you're doing a rescue, it helps with that. They get a little happier if they have a little treat.
yeah.
So, but with anything, because what was it? I think kale has been the superfood for about a year or two. A couple of years
Every
ago,
year
it
there's
was
something,
sweet
right?
potatoes
Yeah,
was the
right.
superfood.
Beets.
And now beets were a superfood, and now this sorrel is going to be a superfood.
When are double cheeseburgers going to be on that list?
Oh shoot, I don't know. Soon, I hope. I love a good cheeseburger.
When is pepperoni pizza with double cheese going to be on the list?
Yeah. Hey, well, and it's funny because now I do like jalapeno, and jalapeno was one of those things. It's if you put chocolate on it, it tastes good. If you put cheese on it, it tastes good. Jalapenos became one of those things. Everything put jalapeno this, jalapeno. Now it's bacon is the new one I think this year.
Yeah, right.
And so sorrel is the new. The sorrel leaf, I guess, is becoming
Sorrel.
the yes.
Okay.
Is a new one on that. So to me, it's just kind of grow a variety and enjoy tasting new things and trying out some new things.
Do you eat sushi?
I have had sushi. I like it. Would I run out to go have it? Not necessarily. But if it was somewhere where I was eating, maybe I would.
Giving out free samples yesterday at Publix. And I said to the guy, I don't think so.
Yeah, well, it's some of the sushi has no fish in it, so
That's what he said.
yeah.
He told me that. Yeah.
Yeah, that it was probably avocado, carrot, and cucumber.
I don't know.
One,
I should delve into it a little bit.
It's just
Everybody
actually
seems to love it.
What it is you should have somebody else who either makes it or who really likes it and who really knows you. Say you would like this one and this one. Go ahead and try, and I believe you would like these because they your taste. That's the way to sample something like that, to where you're not sampling something that you truly would not have cared for, whether or not it was sushi or not.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I thought sushi originally was raw fish.
Actually, I always thought sushi actually meant the rice.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
So the sticky rice. It's a sushi rice.
Do you know
Yeah, it's a
Maria
sticky rice.
Roman? Do you know Maria? She's with Special Olympics.
No.
Okay, well, I mean, she looks like she's probably of Chinese descent.
Okay.
And anyway, so we were helping out with Special Olympics, and she paid for some food, and I thought she said it was sushi, and it was not the rolled up looking thing at all. It was pieces of raw fish.
Okay.
And they were eating it like it was candy. I was like,
well,
"Ooh."
it's basically what do they call it? Cooked with lemon or lime juice. Some of them,
Okay.
but some of it is, it's just, and it's good. I've had it, whether it's raw salmon and.
We have a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Mike McCoy.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Actually, I eat a lot of sushi and sashimi. Sushi is, you're right, Carol, about the rice. Mm-hmm. The rice with rice, they call it's sushi. And you can have anything in it, avocado or fish roe or whatever's in there, you can have it, or no fish at all in it.
Right.
But sashimi is actually the fish.
Okay.
And the rule is, if you can smell the fish, if you smell it, don't eat it. It's
Right.
not fresh.
Right.
Real fresh sashimi, you will not smell fish.
You
And
wnot
it
smell
is
that fishy.
absolutely
Oh, really?
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, I eat a lot of it, and I love it.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff.
No, good.
So
I have to expand my horizons a little bit.
come on up, man. Come on, spread out your wings and fly.
Introduce your palate
But
to something else.
The problem is,
Someday you let me know, and I'll take you down. We'll go down to to a good sushi bar. There's a couple of good ones in town. We'll go, and I'll introduce you to proper sushi. I promise you, you'll learn to love it.
There you go.
well, we'll see.
Yeah. He probably thinks they're serving him bait.
Yeah.
Much better than
Looks like
that.
bait.
Much better than that.
Anyway, that's my little bit of knowledge.
Thank you, Mike. If we do that, we'll bring a camera. We'll make it a show. If we do that,
we would.
Everything is a show with us.
That's it.
All right, thank you, Mike.
Now, I did have another, and we'll probably get a little further into it after the bottom of the hour. But somebody the other day pointed out mango trees in one of the stores to me and goes, "Really? I didn't think mangoes would grow up here." So I took photographs of the tags and stuff like that, and the tags were not saying that they were going to grow up here.
Oh, no.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it was one of those kind of things. I don't know whether or not the growers or the buyers for these places are thinking, well, global warming has gone on, and that we're now that Central Florida is now going to rate as a zone 10. But with what I looked at, I thought, well, you know what? Maybe because there's certain avocados that will grow up here, and actually quite a few different avocados. Or is this just one of those things where they're trying it? Because a mango tree is a huge tree. You know, when it's planted in the ground, it's massive. So I don't think it's something that you're going to put in a 25-gallon pot and be able to move in and out of the garage. I can tell you about I can bring it back up of what the University of Florida had on mangoes, and it's one of those things of I would leave the mango trees at the stores unless you are living Melbourne or south. Or maybe some of those little bit of coastal areas above there, you might get to cocoa, but not. I wouldn't be spending my money even if it was an inexpensive tree in this area. At least not. There's no varieties that I've seen on the university website that actually said that they would do in a 9. Or an 8B, where we fluctuate. We're right on that teeter-totter of that 8B, 9A area. And even if you were, say, down in Wildwood or Leesburg even, you're still not far enough south for those. Just the cold damage is going to occur, I would say, almost year after year. And that really small trees can actually be damaged at as high of a temperature of the mid-30s to 40. And so it's one of those kind of things of, if you like mangoes, make a trip down south or hit a farmer's market when they're in season and get them then and either dry them. I don't know if you can freeze. I guess you can freeze canned mango, and things like that, and enjoy them that way. Let somebody else grow those ones for you.
We are almost up to the bottom of the hour, so a break is just about a minute away. If you want to call, the number is 622-9622, and of course we got a full half hour to go.
Sure do.
It was fun with the tree.
Yeah, it was, and like I said, I hope to get some more pictures of what I'm doing as I be able to show. And I'll get them
it would be interesting to see how you do that without damaging them. So do you literally have to cut those roots?
You actually will cut them off. On some of those.
That doesn't hurt them, huh?
I mean, some of it I'm just going to see if they will be pliable enough to just stretch out.
Yeah.
But from what I've been taught, if a root makes a 90-degree bend, where it makes that bend, that root is then useless. It will never straighten out.
Oh, really? Okay.
And that root will just always, it would go that 90 and go the other direction, which isn't in the best position.
Okay. All right, let's take a break. I see the phone ringing. Hang on, let me answer the phone. Good morning. Can you wait? We've got to go to the break.
Sure.
Okay, thank you. We'll be right back, and you got a call waiting for you on the other side of the break. This is WOCA Ocala.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. It's time for voters in Wisconsin to decide who they want running for president. This man, a John Kasich supporter.
I like his more moderate views. I like that he's the one that can beat Clinton in the general. I appreciate that.
Ted Cruz polling ahead of the GOP frontrunner in the state.
A loss today for Donald Trump could hurt his chances of clinching the nomination before the GOP convention. Political analysts actually say that a loss for Donald Trump in Wisconsin would make it harder for him to win the necessary number of delegates, 1,237, to lock up the party's nomination.
Bill Keller with Fox affiliate KMSP. Democrats Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders will face off for another debate April 14th in New York City. Al Arabiya TV is reporting that a senior Saudi security official has been killed west of Riyadh. ISIS claiming responsibility. And the U.S. trade deficit jumping in February. Fox News, we report, you decide.
If you really want to protect your vehicle's floor, why would you settle for anything less than the most advanced vehicle floor protection available? I'm David McNeil, founder of WeatherTech. The main goal when we design, engineer, and manufacture our floor liners is to protect your vehicle's floor, period. We realize you've made quite an investment in your vehicle, so we do everything possible to help you protect it. We don't cut corners, and we don't compromise on quality, ever. We test our custom-fit WeatherTech floor liners to ensure they hold up against anything and everything that falls on them. Dirt, sand, snow, mud, even food and drinks. And our floor liners are made right here in America, with American raw materials and, of course, American workers. So now that you know how passionate we are about protection, just imagine the detail and energy we put into every aspect of our floor liners. Learn more today about our full line of automotive accessories at WeatherTech.com or call 1-800-CarMats. WeatherTech floor liners, complete protection, completely American-made.
Are you still fertilizing flowers and vegetables the old-fashioned way?
Then switch to Dynamite Premium Plant Food. The secret to more flowers, bigger blooms, and more vegetables is consistent feeding. Dynamite Premium Plant Food is formulated for our Florida climate and has a unique coating that releases nutrition consistently, so there are no peaks and no valleys. Dynamite is just a terrific product. It even contains the micronutrients plants need in small quantities for maximum growth. With Dynamite, you get an explosion of color, flowers, and vegetables. Dynamite comes in a handy shake and feed plastic bottle. Just one application will last up to 6 months. For more flowers, bigger blooms, and more vegetables, try Dynamite Premium Plant Food today. Look for Dynamite at your Home Depot or Lowe's Garden Department. Visit on the web at dynamiteplantfood.com.
PPIR is a networking group formed to serve the realtor and small business community. It primarily serves the real estate and construction industry, but is open to all businesses that provide any service or product to the real estate business community. PPIR has no membership dues or fees for attendees. The watchwords are keep it simple and maximize networking time. PPIR chapters generally meet once a month after business hours. For the information on this, call 352-615-9412 or go to events@ppirevents.com. PPIR, professional people in real estate.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Career Source Citrus Levy Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source Citrus Levy Marion and learn how they can help you.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 840-0750. That's 840-0750.
All right, 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. It seems like it takes forever, and when you have somebody waiting, doesn't it? All right, we're back with Carol Baldwin, and Carolyn, you've got somebody waiting very patiently for you. Good morning. Thank you for waiting.
Good morning.
Morning.
Carol Ann, I heard you talking about avocados, and,
Yeah.
and I'd like to put in a tree, but I live in a patio home, and so I need a dwarf variety. Are there dwarf varieties of avocado, and if so, what would you recommend for this part of Florida?
Oh, for this, you know what? I'm not sure if any of them are actually dwarf in this area, because avocado is another tree that gets really pretty big, and so a dwarf may not be as small as what you would think. I'm gonna look at see if I can look one up. See if I can spell it right there. I think I did. See if we can come up with one here, because they don't need a whole lot of pruning to begin with. Let's see if they've got anything under sizes on any of these. If I can find the one, but trying to find because your avocado trees are, again, one of those really big trees for us. And where is I still haven't gotten down to the list of sizes here. On sizes. Getting cold temperatures. And when to look for certain insects. And fertilizers. But it really isn't going to give me anything, because I don't think it even said that there is a dwarf variety. So you may be out on trying to do one of those.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Yep, yeah. I'll keep on looking on it, but I'm not seeing anything that's showing where there's going to be one that's going to be of anything small enough to keep in, you know, I mean, even if you were going to have a dwarf one, you're still looking at probably about a 25-gallon pot to put them in.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's not necessarily manageable should you be, say, renting and need to move it. You know, when you go, that's a little big to try to fit in the back of the pickup truck, in the back of the station wagon, or even a patio home where you've got a smaller lot where you're, just trying not to take up too much of your space. I'm not sure if you're going to find one even that size that would fit in that area.
And you have another phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
I got a little bit of a different kind of a question for you. If you had an emergency phone number over the weekend, I would have called you because I was in pain. I was putzing around in the backyard, and I seen this really nice, about maybe 6-8 inch weed growing, kind of a pretty lime green. And I reached out with my bare hand to pull it out, and wow, it was like touching fire ants. What did I get myself into?
Stinging nettle. Yeah, they'll put a hurting on you. They make a nice little white flower too, and that's one of those little deceptive things, especially if there's children around, that they'll see the flower and they'll aim right for it, and it's like, no, and you hope you catch them in time before they touch it. You could use like a little bit of, if you hit it again, try not to, a little bit of ammonia might help to take that out, or even do the duct tape thing, because it's got fine little hairs that will that actually get into your skin, and so you need to take the piece of duct tape, or I like duct tape. It's real sticky, and put it on that area, and then rip it off, and then wash your hands like with hot water to open the pores, to release them, and then cold water to close that back up so that it doesn't, so that it helps to stop that burning and that itching that'll start. If you've got gloves on, you can a lot of times reach to where the part of the plant that's underground does not have those spines. So you can get under there and try to pull them, or spray them with an herbicide to kill them off.
Well, next time I want to very carefully hit them with Roundup or something.
Yeah.
But, I was in discomfort all through the night, and halfway through the next day, it still felt like a burning sensation. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. That's a stinging nettle for you. And yes, they are coming out now that they're and you're showing up, and sometimes they're in the least suspected area, and suddenly you walk past them next to maybe a shed or a walkway, and you might have shorts on, and the next thing you know, so you're wondering, what did you just touch, and why is your leg on fire? If they start to get too high, because I know we had one by the back laundry door at the house, and it was one of those things you step around and go, whoops, time to kill that off when, once your pain went away.
Yeah.
Would your regular weed and feed knock that out?
Probably not. You might need to come back and hit it a second time. They have quite an extensive root zone underneath there. They're a little more woody in their growth, so it may need, because you have a Bahia, so 2,4-D should knock it down, or 2,4-D type derivatives. If you used a weed and feed and obviously they're still growing, you would need to come back and do it again, or isolate it and try to just treat it if it's in the lawn, so you're not killing out little patches of your grass.
Okay, well, I learned my lesson, so thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, that's one of those things that, and unfortunately, they will pop up, and you may never have had them before, because they do flower. There are seeds from somewhere, so bird picks them up, carries them, other animals pick them up and carry them, and replant them for you.
And you have another phone call.
Great.
Good morning. You're on there with Carol Ann.
Good morning.
Morning.
Listen, I can't help but just laugh about this. Remember, I asked you, I had 2 orange trees in my backyard, and they wasn't bearing no fruit, and you told me to whip them.
Right.
I can't believe this. It was a few months ago anyway. I had 4 children, but I went out and talked to them like they were little children and told them they were bad, and I whipped them not too hard. You ought to see the trees. They're just loaded with blooms.
Oh, that's crazy.
I can't believe this.
That's crazy.
And then I prayed about it too, but I felt bad about whipping them
Well,
it's loaded with oranges.
Well, it's sometimes it's like, it's like getting the children's attention like you did. You told them they'd done wrong, and they got a good swat on the bottom, and you know what? They know better now.
Okay. Anyway, thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad it worked out for you.
That's funny. Wow, that's crazy. I remember when he called and you gave him the information.
Yeah,
now this the report back, sounds like it works.
And hopefully the tree will hold some fruit for him this year. Make sure you give it some fertilizer again. If you haven't, if you didn't do it already, you might throw a little bit down there, not too much, and pick up in June again, and make sure they get some fertilizer.
That's like a little reward. You spank the kids when they're bad, and you give them a reward when they're good.
And right, and see that now hopefully it has learned its lesson and should never need to get another spanking.
Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Carol Ann. You got Robin and Dave here.
Hey, good morning.
We want to know about a peach tree. We had one given to us from a seed, and it's like, 8 feet tall or so. What's the best way to produce more and the better peaches?
Because it's from seed, unless, I think most all of the peaches that you find in the stores and the trees that you find in stores are actually grafted, or of specific varieties. Like a Georgia peach won't grow, it might grow a tree here, but it's not going to fruit here.
These are Florida peaches.
It was a Florida peach. And it may take it, has it produced fruit? I wouldn't think it, at 8 feet.
It does have fruit on it, but they're not getting ripe enough on the tree. They're real little too, but
sure.
They're just not getting ripe enough, and by the time they fall off the tree, you try to catch them. When they do, they're hard as rock.
Right. It's going to probably need some fertilizer, and there's nothing specific for peaches on the market, so just a citrus fertilizer or general purpose fertilizer. You're going to need to prune it to make that canopy in the right shape, which is eliminating some of the branches, put some more energy into the fruit. Trying to think of what else you can do to help do that along. And it could just, too, be the age of the tree.
It's only like 3 years old.
Yeah, it's still fairly young tree. I would figure if you may need to trim that canopy up. If you're online, go to that Solutions for Your Life, and look up and put into the search bar pruning peaches. It will bring you up a page to look at, and it'll show. It does have drawings, though line drawings of how to open that canopy up and give it enough room and put some more energy into the peaches. Then could be it's just got too many branches, so it's supporting those branches instead of supporting fruit.
Okay. All right, we'll do that.
All righty.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have another phone call coming in. Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Hi there. My question is, we have a tree that's pretty much identical to the trees over at the Government Center on 25th Street. It's kind of like an oak tree, but the leaves don't look like an oak.
Okay.
And you notice all those trees over there that are either dead or just appear to be dead?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's what happened to ours. We have no new growth on it, and the whole neighborhood, I live just off of Fort King, and the whole neighborhood is full of these trees. And we don't remember if this happened last time or last couple of years, but are those trees indeed dead over there, or are they just late blooming, or what is?
I think, well, with a lot of the oaks right now are just, they lose their leaves here in the springtime. And so it could just be that they're, give them a little time. There's still a few trees. I'm still seeing brand new. You're looking around, still seeing that pale green of new growth coming on. So I'm thinking those are the ones that are losing their leaves now. So they still do look ugly for the moment. And I'd give it some time. So long as the tips of the branches aren't brittle, it's still alive.
Okay, I'll go out and check.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for all the information you give us.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
We've got to take a little break. Thank you for the call. We'll take a break and be right back. If you have a question or just a comment for Carol Ann, the number is 622-9622. That's area code 352-622-9622. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. It'll be sunny and pleasant on this Tuesday with a high of 77 on the coast, 83 inland. Clear Tuesday night, lows in the mid-50s and a few inland spots, mid-60s at the coast. Partly sunny Wednesday, high 76 to 80. Thursday, morning cloud and a shower, then some sunshine. Breezy and warm, the afternoon high 79 on the coast, 85 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hello, gorgeous. Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. Let's get rid of those sun-damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. It's time to get that new look started. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon, 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian smoothing treatment. And whether you're going on a job interview or out on a date, your hands do a lot of talking. Manicures are a must. Hello Gorgeous is a full-service salon, so let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. Hello Gorgeous.
Black Cow, the mature manure Black Cow.
We often mention enriching your native soil with Black Cow when you prepare a flower bed or vegetable garden, or plant new shrubs and trees. Adding Black Cow helps retain moisture and adds millions of healthy microbes to your soil. Healthy soil means healthy plants, but you can also top dress with Black Cow composted cow manure even after planting. You can come back a month or two later and spread Black Cow on top of the soil around the root zone of a shrub or tree, or spread it evenly over a flower bed or rows of vegetables in your garden. Black Cow releases nutrients slowly. It won't burn tender roots because it's fully composted. Look for the bright yellow and black bag at your favorite nursery or garden center. And visit the website too at blackcow, spelled with a K.com.
Black Cow, the mature manure, black cow.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows no matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years. And how it will be for generations to come.
Call George Mangan Insurance in Ocala today, 352-732-3191. 10 minutes before 10 o'clock. Gosh, time flies on this show, doesn't it? It's 54 degrees, by the way. Carol Ann Baldwin is here. Good morning again, Carol Ann. Welcome back, everybody.
Morning once again. Yeah, and Joe here has and now you got to find the trying to find the product online, and there is product, and this is actually a very good question. You see on the market, you see it on TV, or you see the as seen on TV, or the back page of the Parade magazine, or if you're on any garden forums, you might see these. It's this spray instant lawn kind of thing. It's a lawn. It's a grass seed with a fertilizer with some kind of sticking agent. It's supposed to give an instant lawn. I can't remember the name of the product. I was gonna look it up.
Instant lawn.
Is it instant lawn?
don't know.
It might be.
I'll look it up for you.
We have two people looking it up on Google. One's going to go on Bing, the other one's going to go on Google or Yahoo.
One of them, we'll see. Yeah,
Try
instant
dog
lawn.
pile. It might be like a dog pile. I don't know.
Instant lawn.
Home Depot.
Overseeding, JB Instant Lawn.
You're supposed to say big box store.
I'm sorry.
it's a-
JB Instant Lawn is the name of the product.
Right, and I'm not sure. I'm trying to see if there's going to be an area where it's going to tell us which kind of seed.
Isn't that your husband,
Because
JB?
I'm just concerned that this
I got
one
that.
is yeah, that is, but it's not his. We don't have a lawn. We got trees.
Yeah, you got a beautiful lawn. What are you kidding?
We got trees.
I did my lawn, cut my lawn the other night. I had to pick up all the pine cones.
Yeah.
Big pine cones. I got skinny little pine trees in the backyard, about 6 of them. I get these big old pine cones.
Oh yeah. They make slingshot material or something like that.
Slingshot material out of pine cones?
Yeah, they're big sling.
Do you know Rainbow Lakes Estates? Rainbow Lakes Estates, before it was made into a subdivision, was a Rainbow Lakes Estates near Denellen was a tree farm before it was a subdivision. And so when I was a kid, that's where we moved. And I would walk through the woods, and you could tell which ones were dead and which ones, and they had been dead a while. You could push them over like Superman.
Just the pine
tree?
Yeah, you can push the pine tree.
No root system to them.
Yeah, well, the live ones you can't push down.
Right, the live ones, you're right, but
the dead ones you can just.
Yeah.
Well, the live ones, am I not mistaken? They intertwine with the ones next to it and makes it like a bigger base.
Makes a mat of them.
I've heard. I don't know if it's true. She could tell me. She'll tell me. The redwoods in California, they're a shallow root tree, but there's so many of them they lock with each other.
They interlock with amongst each other. I mean, shallow rooted as compared to what? I mean, you look at the size of the tree, and generally you figure their root zone is usually at least half of the height of the tree is what they always used to say.
150 feet.
Right, and a lot of times, so your taproot, when it goes down, if it hits a rock,
it'll go around it,
or a clay, right, that's when that taproot stops being a taproot, and then it just turns and becomes part of the ground system.
Okay.
Or the regular sideways, the lateral root zone.
It reminds me when you say shallow root system. It reminds me of an old scientific project in school about pressure and everything. You get a 8x11 piece of paper, and you put a ruler under it on the table. The ruler's sticking out, and the paper's on there.
On top of it.
And then you hit the ruler, you'll snap that ruler right in half. Bam! Because of the pressure.
Really?
Yeah.
Just because of a piece of paper.
Really?
A piece of paper.
The paper won't go flying away?
It moves, but it will snap because the pressure of the air, and that's the same with the root system. You got the pressure of the air.
I didn't know that.
So I'm trying to. I went to because this one's the as seen on
when
TV.
you want to throw
one.
away your ruler, yes.
You're not going to touch my ruler.
Well, now if the plastic
I would put
ruler,
a, but I was going to say I'd use a metal ruler.
Yeah, I was gonna, it has to be a wooden thin ruler, and it'll work. Well, the ones that they have in school, the thin ones that'll work, or like a paint stirrer that might work with the paint stirrer.
Right. Oh, okay. Right.
That's
that
hard
kind
to
of thing,
believe.
just a thin. Yeah. That
it's
is
the pressure. Now, if you go easy, the paper will lift.
It's just going right. Just going to
But if you
flip.
smack it, the pressure of the arrow.
Really?
Well, actually, Well, the one if I went to the one at the As Seen on TV thing, and they're not telling you what kind of grass seed is in it.
And they don't say where you can use it.
No.
Of course
No.
not. So that's a phone call for tomorrow.
That could
for next
be
week, I mean.
Yeah, that would be one. Yeah, I'll take a look. But it's one of those kind of things of when it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Well, what was it? The vertical wall. They sprayed it.
Right,
and it stuck.
sprayed a piece of plywood, and here you go, and you got grass growing on it, and
Vertically, you know?
yeah, that means it's got some kind of a sticking agent or some kind of thing that's might be a gel, like a. What am I trying to think of the word?
know.
But
That mixes with the water.
It's going to mix with the water, and that way, where you put it, it's not going to wash away.
Or the birds
should you
can't
get
grab
right,
it, you know?
right, and the birds aren't going to be able to instantly grab it. And it sounds really neat, but a lot of times when they put these. Much of the southern part of the country can grow fescues, or they grow perennial rye, or things like that. Those things come up quick. They germinate very quickly. They green up fast. That's great and everything, but then it hits about May and they die here.
Okay.
Just because of the heat, the steady heat, the amount of rain we begin to get.
What is that grass that grows sideways? It's like a
The
crawly
St.
creeper.
Augustine.
But you pull it and it looks like a rope.
Oh, well, there's some of them. Some that are kind of like a weedy grass, where you get the wire grass and the torpedo grass.
It'll grow on its own across my driveway. I pull it up.
And it's got some serious. But even St. Augustine.
Normal grass to get rid of that.
St. Augustine is a runner grass as well, and that's how when it gets damaged, it can creep back across because it does do a runner. But your wiregrass and things like that. The only thing you can do is to keep pulling on that, because if you try to use
How
it
can I get rid of it with that?
with the wiregrass or torpedo
Flamethrower
grass,
might help.
Probably flamethrower. You'd be going around.
To the point of okay. Because I have the thing that pulls behind your lawnmower.
Right.
Well, why don't you like it? What's wrong with it?
It doesn't look like the rest of the yard.
It doesn't look like grass.
Oh, really?
Right. It looks more like a wire or rope that comes through that.
Carolyn, what is the grass like when you have no yard at all? It's all just sand.
Right.
And they put in plugs like every 4 feet. And
Okay, it could be St.
spreads
Augustine,
after-
probably St.
Oh, that's St.
Augustine
Augustine?
generally,
Okay.
yeah,
Plug,
because that
but a
will
plug is
that
just for
will
how
spread.
big of an area?
For the whole yard.
Well, you
Plug
can
the whole
plug
yard.
you can plug your yard. You can sod the yard. Plugging allows you to, I say, checkerboard.
That's what I've seen, like,
I wouldn't probably plug a big yard unless I would do it if I was looking to fill it in. If I didn't want to sod the whole thing, I would use sheets of sod as plugs. If you didn't want to sod the whole thing, because you would get a faster fill.
I got you. Right.
Yeah, instead of putting a 4-inch by 4-inch piece of grass section of grass in, you buy a 16 or whatever it is, 16 by 24, whatever it is,
16
Spread 'em out.
foot long.
No, inches.
Oh, gee.
And checkerboard that way.
A tile, like a tile, you know.
Like a tile.
Right.
Sod.
So to put it in, you dig down.
No. You just
lay it on top?
You just kind of lay it on top, make sure the soil's worked up a little bit, and just fit it on top. And
But if you have bad grass, like I do, you wouldn't just lay it on top of the grass.
You'd kill off the grass that's underneath there with something.
With what? With something. That
And
doesn't
weed
help
and
me
grass
none.
killer.
Flamethrower.
Weed and grass
You
killer.
want to stop with the flamethrower.
Just whichever your favorite weed and grass killer is, whether or not it's Roundup or
brand.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, just your favorite.
Now, after you kill the grass, how long do you have to wait before you put the new
When
stuff on top?
you're doing a lawn, what they call lawn renovation, it's you spray the area that you want to kill with the recommended product and then you wait 10 days. Whatever's
10 days.
still green, you spray again, wait 3 days, and go for it.
Now, you have the lawn, and on the lawn you have these trees.
No, it's not going to kill the trees.
Is that going to mess with the trees?
Not going to hurt the trees.
That's what I was saying. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
well, or the trees. And
So-
I hear Stanley.
Well, you got your cue music going on.
I got my cue.
So you're bringing the tree home and you're gonna work on the roots?
I'm gonna bring Kathy's tree to my house. I'm gonna work on her roots on that, and we'll hopefully get some stills or a little bit of video to
nice,
add to
nice.
that.
Thank you, Carol Ann. We will take a little break. We'll see you next week.
Yep, sure
I'm
will.
looking forward to hearing the outcome of that.
Oh yeah, should be fun.
Go to the Facebook page, In the Garden, right?
That's it.
All right, we'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Decision day for voters